So basically the first exercise, you're trying to summarize or trying to describe is a set. So when you're trying to summarize, for example, what kind of cases are seen by the psychiatric department. Okay. Tables and diagrams are usually used to describe the data. For numerical data, continuous data, that's what I mean by that. We tend to use the measures of central tendency and spread. So let's go one by one. What is meant by measures of central tendency and spread? So measures of central tendency and spread, we have three kinds of measures of central tendency: the mean, the mode, and median. As stated earlier, the mean is the average of all the data set. The mode, the data that is the most frequent. Median, the middle point. For the for measures of variability or the spread, we have standard deviation, we have interquartiles, skewness, and kurtosis. Okay. So we're going to go through one by one of all these. Okay. First one, we're going to talk about the mean. The mean, as mentioned earlier, very simple. The concept is to get the average. To get the average, you take all everybody's value, then you divide by the number of them. For example, so you take all your marks, you get the average, and that is the mean. Problem with the mean, if you have extreme values, these extreme values will affect the value of the mean. Okay, here's an example. Okay, so this is the data that we have. To get the average, it's very simple. Just get the total. To get the total, you have the auto sum command. Okay, if you make this larger, you can see at the right side there, we have the auto sum command. Okay, auto sum. Okay, so auto sum, this is the, how many data set we have? 20. So divide by 20. So the value is 32.4. Doctor, is there a shortcut? Yes. Shortcut is average. So you type equals to average. From where to where? From A1 until A20. Okay, bracket. Okay, so you have to have the equal sign in front. You get so the same thing, 32.4. Okay, if you're talking about variance, there are two kinds of variance. One is what they call variance of a population. The other one is a variance of a sample. Variance means difference. Difference of what? Difference between your observed data compared to the mean. Okay, variance means perbezaan. How are you different than one another? The variety of life. That's why some men want to marry four. They want to have a variety of wives. I got one headache enough. No need to have four. Okay, so variance means variety. So you have a variety. So when you have variety, you have to know how much variety do you have. Okay, so to know the variety, then you compare. So right now, the data of interest is age. So you want to know how many variety of age you have. So you have to know the variance of age. So to compare the variety, you have the mean. So you compare every single one data set that you observe against the mean. Okay, so then you can see the variety of data that you have. So variance means variety. The difference between they and the standard value. The standard value here is the mean. Problem if you just sum up everything, at the end of the day, you end up with 0. Why? Because that's how you get mean. You get the average. Okay, so you cannot get the differences only. So what you do? You square the differences. So when you square the differences, you no longer get 0 if you sum up everything. Okay, that's why they become variance means the square of the differences. So variance means the square of the differences. So you compare each value against the mean. Okay, this is where the area of contention become. Doctor, when we work in matriculation, we learn it is divided by n. Doctor, you're teaching n minus 1. Okay. Divided by n is population variance. This one is sample variance. Sample variance, you have minus 1. Doctor, how come population one don't have minus 1? Because population you got million. You minus 1, no difference. You see? But sample, you got smaller. You got only 30 sample. Here, you only got 27 sample. So, even you minus 1, it makes a difference. So, you n minus 1. Why you have to minus 1? Because you assume one of them will have value similar to the mean. So, there is no longer a variety. They should be one of the data should be similar to the mean. So, that's why it is n minus 1. Okay. So, that is how you get variance. The square root of variance, you get the standard deviation. Okay. Okay, so this example, here you can see the data is closer to the mean. Here, when you have standard deviation is larger, the data is distributed at a wider area. Okay, so let's look at the how to calculate standard deviation. Okay, let's go back to the Excel file. We have the Excel file. It is easier to use the Excel file because we don't have to worry about the calculation. Calculation, everything will be done for you by the software. Okay, so now this is the mean. Okay, so now you want to calculate the difference of each data set against the. So what do? First, okay, let me make it easier for you. Let's put in the symbol at the top. Okay, here is the x. So here is x minus the mean. Okay, minus hilang. Ambil kau. Okay, so equivalent to this value minus the mean. Where is your mean? Your mean is at the bottom, 32.4. Okay, I'm not going to. So it's at A22 kan? A22. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to drag and drop. Did you notice what I did? I do only one time. The rest computer do for me. Okay. That's why you have to learn Excel. Doctor, not fair. You have been using the computer for life. We are just seeing the computer for the first time. Can you go to this website? Okay. The website is Pub Health Colo. Public Health Colloquium. pubhealthcolo.org. ORG stands for what? Organization. Pubhealthcolo / what you want to learn? I want to learn Excel. You type there. God. Please take note, the year is 1999. So it is before Adila. So this thing was created for. In fact, these are all the same lecture, the same exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So how we want to know how the command? All are here. Okay. You can just Google it also. Same thing. Okay. Let's go and look at the size. Right now I cannot find the size already. Okay. So you already got the difference. If right now I ask for the sum of all the difference, I get 0. If I ask for the auto sum, I get 0. So auto sum, okay, auto sum command is like this. As I said just now, you click home. Okay, you look at the top right side, auto sum. Okay, so auto sum command, enter, you get the Doctor, you say got 0. This is 0 lah. This is 0. But this one up to 14 decimal point. So I set format cells. Format is number. Okay. Click OK. The value is 0. So that's why we cannot just sum up the differences. You get 0. So instead you must square it. So x minus mean, then you square it. Okay. That is a symbol of square inside inside Excel. So what do? I just take this value, I square it. See? So easy. Drag and drop. Doctor cannot drag and drop. Syarat, the first requirement to drag and drop, your hand must be soft. Like sotong. You don't have a hand like soft like sotong, cannot do. Okay. Your hand very unflexible, very hard to do. Okay. So now you see, if I take the auto sum here, now it becomes 3050.8. Okay. So that is how we calculate the variance by getting the differences. Okay. So now let's get the variance. So variance, var variance sama dengan, okay. So is this value divided by n minus 1. So 19. So the variance is 160.5684. Okay. Okay. So 160. So this is the value of the variance. But of course, we don't care. Whenever we ask, we don't ask for the variance. We ask for the standard deviation. So standard deviation is the square root of that value. So SD. The best way to write is STD DEV. You just put SD, they might think you write sexual diseases. So standard deviation is STD DEV. So the command here is also the same. So you just take the value from the top. You can square it by the power of 0.5. Or you can use the proper command. The proper command is square root. SQRT, square root. Doktor tu bukan square root, tu squirt. Lebih kurang lah, lebih kurang. Okay, SQRT is a command. Okay, so that is the standard deviation. And that is how you calculate the standard deviation and the variance. Okay. Okay, remember what I say? Variance means variety. The difference between the observed data against the standard value. So here we have a lot of variety. Who do you consider as standard facial feature of a Malaysian? Don't have, huh? Susah, susah. We are one thing for sure, we are not homogeneous lah. Okay. So that is the story about standard deviation. Any question about standard deviation? Okay. The most common query, doctor, how come formula different? Mine is sample variance. Compared to the formula that you see in during school day is population. Okay. Okay. Median, simple. Middle point. Median is the middle point. So whichever that is the middle, that is the median. The point where half of data are greater than it and half data is less than it. Okay. If your number is even, okay, if the sample size is even, example here in our sample size we got only 20. So median is middle point. Nice thing about median, you have a lot of extreme values, it doesn't matter because it is robust to outliers. So here's the data set 12, 13, 17, 21, 24. Okay, these are all data set. So now we want the middle point. So middle point is between 30 and 32. Betul tak? So 30 and 32. So because we got two values in the middle, so we have to get the average. So 30 plus 32. And then you got divide by 2, you end up with 31. So the median is 31. Okay. So doctor, can you get that from the Excel? Can? Okay. Equivalent to median. Okay. In bracket A2 until A21. Enter. See, you see got 31. Same that way, like the way we calculate. Okay. So this one command. Okay. Okay. Can we get the same thing for standard deviation? Can? So you can have the variance equivalent to. Okay. You start the command. Variance. The command is var. Variance is var. Variance. How many until how many? From A2 until A21. Okay. Same kan? Then you want standard deviation equivalent to STD EV. Okay. Mana sampai mana? A2 until A21. We get the same value. Okay. So please take note, I'm not lying, I'm not bluffing. See, I got the same answer like Excel. Okay. And that is the difference in standard deviation and population standard deviation and sample standard deviation. Okay. If your data is not normal, then you are going to present using median and quartiles. So what is quartiles? Quartiles same like median. Only different is you divide by 4. Quart in French means 4. Quart means divide by 4. So let's go and divide the data set into 4 groups. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Sebab data set kita ada 20, 5, 5, 5, 5. Disusun daripada yang rendah kepada yang tinggi. So the first border is between this and this. So 24 campur 24 bagi 2. 24 plus 24 divided by 2, you end up with 24. Betul tak? Then you have the second border. Second border same like median, which is 31. The third border is 41 and 43. You end up with value of 42. So this is the okay. So this is they have the 25th centile, 50th centile, and 75th centile. And that is a story about quartiles. Okay, and the last one is the most useless one. The most useless one is the mode. Mode indicates the most frequent occurring number. So in our data set, it does not make sense because we got two modes. One is 24, the other one is 27. So if your data is normal, you use the mean. And you use the mean plus the standard deviation. Mean plus minus SD. Okay, so which one to use? If your data is normal, you use the mean and standard deviation. If data is not normal, you use median plus minus intra-quartile range. Okay, so that is how you explain your data set. Okay, so IQR, how to get the intra-quartile range? It is the 75th centile minus the 25th centile. Personally, in real life, we don't care about the IQR. Why we don't care about IQR? It does not tell you anything. So please take note here. We have this value here. Okay. If your data is like this, you use the median and the interquartile range. Okay. If your data is not normal, you use median and IQR. So that is how you use to describe a data set.